I made a mistake. So we're gonna go back to pyramid pose. We're already there. Let's pretend we're leaned in forward. Both of our legs are straight, and our hands are down. We're gonna take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, try to go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Great work, everyone. Now, from pyramid pose, we're gonna go straight into standing splits. The reason we're gonna do this is we really wanna feel the engagement in the back of our hamstrings. So this might mean that your standing split's gonna look less like a split, more like a standing L. It may mean that your leg doesn't go as high. However we do it, we just wanna make sure we maintain that straight leg. The way that I like to get here is in this bend, I'm gonna put a soft bend in my right leg, and then I'm really gonna focus on that back one. Engage my foot the entire time, make sure that it remains active. Lift the thigh, lift the leg up into the air. I'm gonna take a peek back at my toes, make sure they're pointing toward the ground. And I'm just gonna stand here. I'm gonna go and breathe in. And then on my exhale, I'm gonna see if I can go deeper into the stretch. Constricting my right hamstring, expanding my left, trying to get my foot up just a little bit higher into the air. Great, one more inhale. And on the exhale, bring the foot up to forward fold. Great work, everyone. Let's go ahead and inhale. We're gonna do a little bit of a half lift with make sure we maintain a straight back. Hands might rest on our thighs, they might rest on our shins, grab the back of our hamstrings. And then on the exhale, we're gonna go into a forward fold, bring our hands to the ground, step it back, and do a high plank. From high plank, we're gonna go straight to tabletop. Great work, everyone. From tabletop, we're gonna bring ourselves back into downward dog by tucking our toes, lifting our knees just 2 inches off of the ground, and then bringing our hips all the way into the air, making sure our weight is distributed evenly across all 4 of our limbs, and then our heels are bringing our heels to the ground. They may not touch the ground, but we wanna feel that active stretch. Pay attention to how your body feels in this moment. You might notice that your right side or your left side's a little bit more stiff as a result of the work that we had just done. So go ahead and just give it a little bit of a sway side to side. You might pedal it out a little bit. Great work, everyone. Now for this, we're gonna go onto our left side. We're gonna step our left foot forward, bring ourselves up into crescent lunge. Go ahead and feel the stretch across the right leg. Go ahead and feel the stretch across the right leg as the energy pulls from our foot all the way to our hands and into the sky. Great work, everyone. Now let's fold down. We're in a low lunge. From low lunge, we're gonna move into a pyramid pose. We're gonna bring our right foot up just a little bit so that our feet are about 3 feet apart. Great work, everyone. Our right foot should be flat on the ground. Some of you may take a deeper stretch or a longer gait. Some of you may have a may need to bring your foot in just a little bit more. Great. From here, let's go ahead and lift up just about halfway. And on the exhale, we're gonna go into the stretch. Your hands might find the ground might come closer. You might bring the ground closer to you by putting some blocks underneath your hands. We're gonna take an inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and go deeper into the stretch. Great work, everyone. Now, from this pose, we're gonna go directly from pyramid into half splits. Go ahead and bring a micro bend go ahead and bring a slight bend into the right knee, into the left knee. Feel as your foot engage your foot in this moment. You want to feel an active foot as the muscles on the back of your right leg are completely active. And with just our hamstrings and not the rest of our body and not the momentum of our body, we're going to try to lift that right leg into the air. Don't feel any pressure to get it as high as you did the last leg. Try to just get it to where it's at right now. Great work. Let's go ahead and breathe in. And on the exhale, just try to lift it just a little bit further. Great work. Inhale. And on the exhale, let's step it forward into a forward fold. Great, let's go ahead and lift halfway. And then we're gonna fold forward. Great work. We're gonna plant our hands to the ground, go back to a high plank, bring our knees to the ground. We'll find ourselves in tabletop. This might be a good time to grab a sip of water. Catch your breath, refocus your energy. If you need to, this would be a good time to also return to child's pose and just focus on that breath. Let it bring you back to this moment. Now we're going to start the cool down of this practice by moving into a seated position with our feet out in front of us a long way. You might need to wiggle your hip bones so that you might need to wiggle just a little bit so that your sit bone is directly on the ground. It's gonna feel as if your tailbone is untucked, and we're gonna have a straight back. Now we're gonna lean forward into this fold, bringing our heart toward our knees. And some of us might bring our hands to our feet. That's not necessary in this position. Our goal is to stretch the hamstrings, not the upper back. So you may not get to that position, and that's totally okay. Some of you might find it easier if you do that. Some of you might find it easier. You might find that you have a better stretch if you bend just a little bit in the knees. All right, go ahead and bend forward just a little bit. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, deeper into the fold. All right, let's go on our inhale. We'll lift up. And we're going to bring our feet to touch into a bound angle pose. This might have been butterfly in your gym class. Here we're going to grab our feet. Whenever I get to this part of the practice, I like to give a gentle massage of my feet to thank them for balancing me today. I have very flat feet, so they don't always have to give me the balance that they need, but I like to thank them for doing what they did. Now we're gonna grab our feet. Similar to last time, we're just gonna bring our heart toward our toes with a gentle bend. Some of us might get down a little bit further. Some of us might get down just a little bit. Whatever you do, that is okay, as long as you feel comfortable and in the movement. Just gonna take a deep breath in. On the exhale, try to bring yourself deeper into the stretch. Great work, everyone. On the inhale, we're gonna lift ourselves up. Let's go ahead and bring our feet out in front of us. Let's just give them a little wiggle. Maybe we pat our thighs, thank ourselves for the movement that we've been able to make today. Now I want us to reach our hands out in front. As if someone's guiding us, we're gonna fall back just ever so slowly, one vertebrae at a time, hitting the ground until we are lying flat. This next part of the practice is our Shavasana pose. For this period of time, I want us to focus not on the rest of practice, but just on this present moment. Sometimes our minds might wander, and we think of things that happened in the past or possibilities of what might happen tomorrow. When that happens, try not to place any value or any judgment on that. Just focus on your breath and start to follow it as it guides you back to this very moment. And we're going to take one inhale together. And on our exhale, we'll release into Shavasana. I'll bring you out when it is time. Let's take a deep breath in. Let's sigh it out with an open mouth. Go and bring your fingers to touch. Maybe you wiggle your toes, just some light movement into your body, bringing awareness back into where you are. You might stretch your hands above your head, your legs out forward with your lower back lifting off the ground. Do a light good morning stretch. Let's bring our knees into our chest. Give ourselves a big hug. Thank your body for coming today and spending this time just for yourself. You might roll over to your right side. Rest your head on your bicep. Some of you might lift up into a seated pose. Together, you can end the class however you'd like. But I'll end with just saying Shanti, which means peace. And I bow. Shanti. Thank you everyone for coming. If you have any questions, I'll be in the back of the room.